This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
Good morning. This is Mike Stoller for the Stoller Real Estate Report. The office market in New York City and the suburban areas is hot as hell. What is attributing this thing to a situation that looks like the dot-com era of 2001? So today I have a specialist who's been involved with the business for close to 50 years. I have Pat Murphy, the vice chairman of JLL, who's a leader and a specialist on the office market. So what's going on in the office market?
Well, Mike, first I just want to say thanks so much for inviting me to be on your show. Every Sunday, I can't wait to turn on the radio and listen to the Cats Roundtable and hear your lead off with the Stoller Report. So it's an honor to be here, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, as a proud New Yorker, born and raised here, I'm thrilled and excited to see how great the market is doing. And you mentioned like .com. Hopefully it won't be a .com bubble like we saw back then. But what we're seeing is return to work didn't work. I mean, work from home didn't work. So
how many people are working from home today?
From what we can tell, the offices are pretty occupied. Most of my clients and the other big occupiers in New York are looking for more space because they are short, because they're asking all their people to come back. And what we're seeing is the young and educated want to be back in the office, which is a tremendous change from what we saw during the pandemic. So young and educated want to be in the office, they want to be mentored, they want to collaborate, and they want to be in New York City. I think I mentioned to you that recently there was a Harvard senior speaking to other Harvard seniors who said, look at us. We are as diverse as could be. We're from all over the globe. We're all over the United States, but we're all going to wind up in New York. So New York has great things happening, and it's resulted in a tremendous amount of leasing velocity. Over 35 million feet in 2025 and 10 million feet so far first quarter of 2026.
And who are the major people signing leases? Financial services companies, law firms?
So we're seeing financial service firms leading the sector for sure, but law firms are committing to it. We saw the Simpson-Thatcher deal recently at 575th, the Gibson-Dunn renewal at 200 Park. But technology firms are actually outpacing the law firms right now. So we're seeing a tremendous amount of activity in the technology field. And again, it's because these students from all over the country want to be in New York City.
What's happening with the conversions from office to residential?
So that still goes on, and there's a lot of money available for that today. And the programs that the city has put in place has certainly helped that. And what's that done? That's done is it's taken a lot of the B market supply away, so it's helped tighten the availability rates. Availability rates in New York have dropped from pandemic levels, over 20%. We're now down to about a 12% availability. And interestingly enough, that's only a couple of points away from equilibrium in the market, the balance between supply and demand. The other thing we're seeing is people are not afraid to pay the rent. 2025, we saw 57 transactions north of $200 a foot. And believe it or not, 507 transactions north of $100 a foot. We've never seen that before. So a lot of robust activity. And if you're looking for trophy space, trophy availability is down to 4.4%. You can't find it.
So where do people go if there's no trophy space? Hudson Yards is fully leased, correct?
Hudson Yards has done very well, and I do think we'll see some additional construction there. Our firm, JLL, assisted Deloitte & Touche in their big lease at 70 Hudson, and there'll still be another 400,000 or 500,000 feet available there. I'm told by Related that they have a lot of activity on that space. So I think we're going to see Boston Properties do very well with 3 Hudson Boulevard. We're also going to see a lot of activity down, around Penn Station. Vornado has done a terrific job with 2 Penn Plaza, and they have a lot of activity already on Penn 15, which will be a 1.8 million square foot new development, rising the old Pennsylvania hotel site. So,
what lessons have we learned from the pandemic as it relates to real estate?
Again, work from home did not work, and productivity was significantly negatively impacted by trying to have people work from home. So that lesson told us we had to get people back into the office. We need people to collaborate. It's been proven that new knowledge, new value only happens when we put people together face to face in groups of 3 or more. So again, the good news is people want to be in the office. They want to collaborate. A lot of major corporations who were going agile before the pandemic have now said, if we want our introverted people back in, we have to give them their own desk. We have to make them feel comfortable. And that's why we've seen this flight to quality. We've seen this flight to amenitized buildings. We're seeing all the landlords recognizing if you want to make your property attractive, you have to make it be a collaborative space for the people, and people want to be in that building.
What about co-working?
You know, the good news is that we've got some great co-working opportunities out there. The WeWork people under John Santoro's leadership have been doing a terrific job, and they've been reaching out to their enterprise clients and to others. And Industrious is also promoting all of their product. They've leased a lot of space. And it's a great offering for people who are either startups or individuals that have broken away from a firm and are looking for a place to hang their hat.
What's happening with office space in Brooklyn?
So Brooklyn is a relatively small market, and the beautiful thing about that is, particularly Williamsburg, it's a live, work, play environment that our young and educated professionals really enjoy. So we've seen a lot of tech firms start up there. And availability is actually down significantly. You know, the availability rate is only 13%. And interestingly enough, the B market has outperformed the A market there because
you mean the Metro Tech type of space?
Yes, space that is older generation, but still has a good feel to it. But it's significantly discounted to the A price. So 37% discount we generally see A to B. So the B market's somewhere around a 10% availability. Interestingly enough, we're seeing some of the tech firms there who are looking to scale up having a difficult time recruiting talent to Brooklyn. A lot of that talent lives in New Jersey. So we are seeing some flight back into Manhattan to be able to get a wider talent pool for the growth that a lot of these tech firms anticipate.
What about Jersey City?
So again, Jersey City, Hoboken, Weehawken, small market, 19 million feet in total. Jersey City, 15 million feet. It's suffered through the pandemic, and it is still suffering to a degree today. A lot of that has to do when Manhattan is readily available. People would prefer to be on the island as opposed to commuting. As Manhattan has done a great job leasing up, I think we're going to see some activity over in Jersey City. I will tell you this, there are some landlords thinking about conversion of office to residential. I know the Left Racks have been thinking about it at one of their buildings, 480 Washington, converting the upper stack of that building to residential while keeping the commercial tenants in the base. But overall, you mentioned the .com situation. We saw as Manhattan became vacant in 2001, 2, and 3, Jersey City suffer. As Manhattan leased up by 2007, Jersey City got activity again. I think we'll see a similar path this time.
What about Lower Manhattan?
Lower Manhattan has been doing very well as well.
Which is interesting because they've never been doing well over the last 10 years or 15 years.
Right. So, after 9/11, we saw the market shrink. A lot of residential development down there, conversions. And things were slow until this past year. A lot of good activity. I know you recently saw that American Express has announced a 2 million square foot commitment to build 2 World Trade Center with Larry Silverstein. And we're seeing a lot of velocity in that market. I see Brookfield doing a great job with the amenities that they put over into Brookfield Place. We're seeing rents in the 90s in Brookfield Place, so that's looking very good. And at Seven World Trade, some beautiful floors coming available as Moody's moves out of that complex. I think you're going to see rents in the $110 to $115 range there.
What are we going to see for rents in Midtown?
So as I mentioned, a lot of deals trading north of $200 a foot. And what's happened is, as the availability rate has come down, pricing has become rational. Again, in past downturns, we saw the landlords try to price down to the bottom of the previous market. So in 2000, we saw rents in the $95 range in Midtown. And then by 2003, they dropped their prices into the $55 range. 2007, 100, 105. 2008, everybody dropped their rents into the $65 range. During this pandemic, we didn't see that happen. We didn't see it happen because landlords didn't see any velocity. If there was no leasing activity, there was no reason to drop rents. And what happened was, as One Vanderbilt started to lease up at very high rents, and there was this sense that people were going to return to trophy and A-quality buildings, the rents were not necessarily rational. But as the availability rate has tightened up, rational rents have returned. Everything's trading at a discount to the cost of new construction. And
last question, AI.
AI is a disruptor, no doubt about it. And JLL has invested millions of dollars in technology. And we've invested a lot of money in AI. Outside of my office, I have 10 data scientists there thinking through everything that's happening with regard to our tenants, their workforce. Where does the workforce live? Where will the future workforce live? How do I recruit that workforce? What does the workforce care about? Amenities, sustainability, et cetera, et cetera. They're crunching through things with regard to the market. So big, complex real estate transactions require, an army of people, subject matter experts. But now we need to include data scientists into that. To create winning solutions for clients, we need to have this combination of people, and our clients are demanding it. So I think AI is there to stay, and it's going to be a benefit to everybody.
I'm very lucky to have Pat Murphy here today. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.